In 1989, Pete Rose received a lifetime ban from baseball for gambling. 25 years later, Rose says he hasn't given up on a second chance. I'm Antonita Collins with your ESPN headline. Let's bring in ESPN sports business reporter Darren Rovell. Darren, it's been a quarter of a century. Why does Rose believe a decision might be coming his way soon?
Well, he says he's still optimistic. I don't know if he really is, but he says he's still optimistic. I spoke to him today ahead of him returning to managing for a one-game stint for a independent team. And he said, maybe there's some optimism with Bud Selig, who, Rose since 1997 has kind of put out there the reinstatement, and Bud Selig hasn't really answered it officially. But Bud Selig is retiring in January 2015. Yeah, he said hasn't given up on Selig, but if it's not necessarily Rob Manfred or someone who's close to baseball and close to Bud, then potentially there could be a window for Pete Rose to get back in. Of course, the odds for that right now don't seem to be particularly high when you look at who might replace Bud Selig. It seems like they're going to keep it close to the vest. But he says he's optimistic, and he says based on signing autographs in Vegas, which he does 20 days a year, that fans support him and fans think he deserves a second chance.
Darren, realistically, what do you think are the chances that Selig could issue the official pardon and the lifetime ban?
Well, I don't think it's going to be like the president, where on his last day, Bud Selig gives a pardon and allows him back into baseball. I mean, it just does. There's no indications that Bud is that type of person, nor is there kind of any real momentum that has been generated that would lead us to believe. I mean, I would say that, and again, there's nothing that suggests either that there's going to be someone completely outside of baseball who would be the next commissioner at this point. But I would say that his best chance again is probably having a new name in office rather, and I'm not sure they would be so encouraged to do something with Rose right away as their first go around.
ESPN sports business reporter Darren Rovell with the insight. For more on this story, you can read about it right here on ESPN.com. I'm Antonita Collins with your ESPN headline.